So at this time, I will call this meeting to order. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Certainly. Commissioner Baker.
Present.
Commissioner Garrettson. Commissioner Granados.
Here.
Commissioner Kowalski.
Here.
Commissioner Leone.
Here.
Commissioner Mirabella.
Present.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad.
Here.
Vice Chair Hudak.
Present.
I counted you once.
She's just present. I'm just
Here.
Chair Williams.
Here.
Chair, you have 9 commissioners present for this evening's regular meeting agenda.
Okay, would you please lead us in the prayer and salute to the flag?
Humbly we ask God, the giver of peace and the lover of charity, to give the entire family of nations true agreement with his will, and to grant the light of his spirit on all who work for justice and peace. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, Clerk, would you now please read the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act?
The chair wishes to announce that pursuant to the requirements of New Jersey Statutes Annotated, Title 10, Chapter 4, Section 10 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Union has been given by mailing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2022, along with periodic changes necessitated by circumstance to the newspapers circulating within the County of Union who are designated to receive such notice, and by posting the annual meeting schedule for the year 2022 in the Administration Building, and further, by filing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2022 with the Office of the County Clerk.
Thank you so much. May I also have a motion now to approve our communications?
So moved.
Madam Chair.
Second.
Well,
Moved by Commissioner
to the elder-
Baker.
to the elder statesman.
That was moved by Commissioner Baker, and it was seconded by Commissioner Dr. Garrettson. Would you please call the roll?
All right.
Commissioner Baker.
Aye.
Commissioner Garrettson.
Yes.
Commissioner Granados.
Aye.
Commissioner Kowalski.
Yes.
Commissioner Leone.
Aye.
Commissioner Mirabella.
Aye.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad.
Aye.
Vice Chair Hudak.
Aye.
And Chair Williams.
Aye.
Chair, you have 9 votes in the affirmative.
Okay. Next up, we have the minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the Thursday, September 15th agenda setting session and the Thursday, September 15th regular meeting?
So moved.
Second. Okay, that was moved by Commissioner Kowalski and seconded by Commissioner Leone. Okay. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Baker.
Aye to both.
Commissioner Garrettson.
Yes.
Commissioner, you had advised me you were going to abstain from the September minutes.
Yes, I did.
It's an abstention. Commissioner Granados.
Aye.
Commissioner Kowalski.
Yes.
Commissioner Leone.
Aye.
Commissioner Mirabella.
Abstain.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad.
Aye.
Vice Chair Hudak.
Aye.
And Chair Williams.
Aye.
Chair, you have 7 votes in the affirmative with 2 abstentions for both the September 15th agenda and regular meeting.
Okay, thank you. So it is now 6:19. Why don't we move to the general public comment portion of the meeting, and we'll come back to the ordinance? Or actually, I'm going to defer to you, Clerk. The only time I will ever.
You got to take this in, guys.
Well, this just has to do with that 6:30 start time.
That's correct.
So.
I think we can keep moving forward
Okay.
with the regular meeting and
Okay.
and go into the resolutions.
Great. Okay, so then, in that case, the meeting is now open to the public. public for the purpose of commenting on resolutions being offered for adoption this evening and/or on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern. When you come up, please state your name and town of residence for our record. And if you're speaking on a resolution on the agenda, please note the resolution number to which you are referring, and please adhere to our 5-minute time limit. Thank you. So the floor is now open.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Commissioner Board. Bruce Patterson, Garwood, New Jersey. Oh, and Dr. Garrison. Hello. Anyway, first, as a Garwood resident, I would like to commend Pat DeFabio of the Garwood Volunteer Fire Department on his retirement as of September 2022. He served on the department for over 71 years, something that no one else may be able to obtain.
Wow. How much?
71 years. It would be very nice if the commissioners honor Pat in an upcoming meeting. Onto the big ticket items. Reso 958 is giving PS&S an additional $285,000 for services toward the Union County Dispatch Center. This contract totaling $615,000. This is, to me, it's just more money being dumped into a black hole we call the county dispatch. I appreciate Director Graziano and Moran explaining some of the items. Just counting the money spent on the infrastructure of county dispatch now totals around $8.5 million, and that does not include any labor or utilities portion involved, which probably runs at least another $1 million a year. The county towns, I feel, are being suckered in, foregoing their proprietary independence, and in the end, there is no money saved. It's strongly suggested the county do a cost-benefit analysis over these years, just to prove it's not a failure. We find this very similar to the county's claim of large economic benefit from holding the Music Fest event each year. To prove it, you had a Rutgers do a study, but then it was quickly hushed up because it was proven a failure. Piecemeal additions, revisions, relocations, alterations, changes over the years simply are an inefficient waste of tax money and shows a lack of critical thinking on the county's part. Each change order actually gives an extra 20% profit to the contractors. But we suggest something that could be your saving grace. You spend $4.8 million to MPC Bus Company for scheduling and dispatch for paratransit. Maybe have our county dispatch do it direct, and there finally could be a savings. Reso 976 through 980, excluding 977. These are 4 additional resos and amendments to various election-related companies, adding another $135,000 to their contracts totaling close to $800,000. Here's another possible black hole of expenditures I have continually commented on over the last 3 years. These monies are pretty much just given out without competition to your favorite printing and election-related companies. To the public eye, it's piecemeal and willy-nilly. I do understand the new election format is different from the past, but after nearly 3 years and at least around $8 million in ballooning upward expenses, it would behoove the commissioners to get a handle on this by an item-by-item, year-by-year compilation. Sit down, study this possible abuse, and figure out how we can spend our tax monies more efficiently and less capriciously moving forward. Again, change orders normally give these companies an extra 20% profit. Maybe a competitive unit price per 1,000 items would work better moving forward. Reso 990 is paying Runnels BH Operating, Inc. nearly $4.8 million in a lease agreement for a psychiatric unit at Runnels. I assume this agreement listed is for the normal rental, security, and upkeep of just the psychiatric wing of the building. The taxpayers do not own any of the building. However, in observation, this is another out-of-control cost from the very beginning that needs to be scrutinized. It now works out to over $100,000 a bed just to keep the lights on and the floor clean, and excludes any medical attention, doctors, and devices. Runnels BH Operating appears to be taking advantage of our taxpayer monies. From ex-Director Guzzo's 2013 presentation, we were supposed to make a $4 million profit from the sale of Runnels, but instead we ended up with a $15 million obligation that the taxpayers had to pay off. We will share these questionable expenditures with the comptroller's office and see where it goes from there. I thank you very much, and I do congratulate everyone, all candidates countywide and federal-wide, I guess, on their elections, and for the other ones that did not make it, I guess better luck next year. So, and congratulations, Surrogate Hudak. Back in April, I was the first one to congratulate you. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. The floor is still open for public comment. Okay, seeing no one else, I will formally close this portion of the meeting, and I will ask for a motion to adopt resolutions 2022-932 through 2022-1002.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Mirabella, seconded by Vice Chair Hudak. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Certainly. Commissioner Baker.
Aye.
Commissioner Garrettson.
Yes.
Commissioner Granados.
Aye.
Commissioner Kowalski.
Yes.
Commissioner Leone.
Aye.
Commissioner Mirabella.
Aye.
Commissioner Palmieri Muedad.
Aye.
Vice Chair Hudak.
Abstain on 936, aye to the rest.
And Chair Williams.
Aye.
Chair, you have 9 votes in the affirmative for all resolutions with the exception of Resolution 2022-936. You have 8 votes in the affirmative and 1 abstention.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's see, it is 6:27.
So close.
So we have about 3 minutes that we can just, I'm going to just have a drink of water, and then we'll come back to the ordinance, okay? So just stay tuned, folks. Not me. I'm going to thank you.
$6.29.
It's a long 2 minutes. Feels long.
While you go your pin drop. It's 6:29. These are better. There's whatever one Brendan found. They were so good.
You're that meat. We're sandwiching you in.
The side of the ring is very bright with Lisa and Marty and these nice colors. 6:30.
Okay, it is 6:30. So let's come back. Tonight, we have an ordinance on our agenda for final reading. Clerk, would you please read the ordinance by title?
Ordinance number 840-2022, an ordinance to amend the laws of Union County Administrative Code and policies and general legislation by amending Part 1, Administrative Code, Chapter 1, Union County Government Structure, Article 16, Department of Human Services, Article 17, Department of Administrative Services, Article 21, Department of Public Safety, Article 23, Office of the County Council, Article 24, Department of Economic Development, and Part 2, Policies and General Legislation, Chapter 6, Affirmative Action, Chapter 115, Safety Code, Chapter 132, Towing, and Chapter 140, Contracted Off-Duty Employment of Law Enforcement Officers.
Thank you. The meeting's now open to the public for the purpose of commenting on ordinance number 840-2022 only. So the floor is open.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Commissioner Board, Bruce Patterson, Garwood. Yeah, it's going to be a quick meeting. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Commissioner Board and Dr. Garrettson. This is Bruce Patterson, Garwood. For the public benefit, please explain these changes to all the articles listed therein. Also, for the public, are any of these changes the result of the state authority investigations? And I'll read the articles herein in the ordinance. It's Article 16, Department of Human Services, Article 17, Department of Administrative Services, Article 21, Department of Public Safety, Article 23, Office of the County Council, Article 24, Department of Economic Development, Chapter 6, Affirmative Action, Chapter 115, Safety Code, Chapter 132, Towing, and Chapter 140, Contracted Off-Duty Employment of Law Enforcement Officers, much like the clerk said. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to call upon the Office of County Council to respond to those various articles and to the chapters.
Thank you, Chair. The ordinance that's up for second reading tonight is as a result of a review of the existing code by our various departments and changes that either clarify or simplify the various departments and how they're run. And also there is a new policy therein concerning the carrying of guns, concealed weapons in public property. Just to be a little more specific, but quickly, Human Services is changing the name of the Division of Youth Services to the Division of Children and Youth Services. No real change other than to expand their purview. There are changes to administrative services and the county council portion, which move the Office of Affirmative Action from the county council's office to administrative service. Again, there's no change in how that office will function. It's merely a administrative change. Public safety, there is establishment of the new Bureau of Fire Marshal and provides for the appointment of a county fire marshal. This is being done to help that office assist municipalities better and also to enforce the county laws better. Economic Development is moving the Office of Veteran Services from the Division of Community Services to the Division of Strategic Planning. Again, no substantive change, merely an administrative change. The change to the encroachment ordinance really just clarifies who the enforcing officer is. Again, no change in the law to any great degree, just moving that title. The towing section is a codification of the new towing ordinance. This is private companies that the county police use if somebody breaks down or a car is confiscated. The fees are paid usually by the automobile owner. It does increase the fees and changes the structure a little. The details are in the ordinance. The off-duty jobs in blue is just increasing that fee a little. Again, that's not paid by the county. It's paid by the private contractors who use our police off-duty. And then the new law is the ban on carrying concealed weapons in and upon county property. And that's in response to recent Supreme Court decision concerning a law in New York. And that is it.
Thank you so much. The floor is still open. Okay. All right, so I'll close that portion of the meeting, and I will now ask Policy Chair Hudak to please move ordinance number 840-2022 for final reading.
Thank you, Chair. I move ordinance number 840-2022 for final reading and authorize the clerk of the board to advertise same in accordance with the law.
Second.
Who seconded?
I did.
Oh, okay, so Commissioner Hudak moved, and of course, Commissioner Mirabella seconded. Would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Baker.
Aye.
Commissioner Garrettson.
Yes.
Commissioner Granados.
Aye.
Commissioner Kowalski.
Yes.
Commissioner Leone.
Aye.
Commissioner Mirabella.
Aye.
Commissioner Palmieri Mudet.
Aye.
Vice Chair Hudak.
Aye.
And Chair Williams.
Aye.
Chair, you have 9 votes in the affirmative for ordinance number 840-2022.
Thank you so much. And now we come to Commissioner reports. So I'm going to start at my far left. Commissioner Dr. Garrettson.
Sure. So a couple of weeks ago, there was a disturbance of a gunman that was in not too far or walking distance from my home, not in our county. But nonetheless, it was very frightening to be aware that there was someone who was so close proximity to my home who had gunned down 2 police officers. Didn't kill them, but nonetheless, it was shocking. I think we all saw that on the news. So when we hear such an ordinance tonight for a new gun ordinance, it's appreciated. So I just wanted to really thank everyone who was able to put this particular priority before us, because it is truly something that can impact anyone. You can be at work at one moment and not know that it can impact you or be right next to your home. So I want to definitely state that restricting guns on our county properties definitely sends a clear message to all of our county residents that our county is not going to tolerate this. And we will do everything in our power to protect your freedoms, our freedoms from gun violence in our county parks, our courts, our clinics, and other public places under our jurisdiction. We also know that more needs to be done. But again, it's never anyone's fault, but it's if someone becomes the victim of someone who is in one of these positions to take advantage of others because of gun violence. So I just wanted to thank everyone again for doing this evening.
Thank you. Commissioner Leone.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I want to congratulate Commissioners Granado, Kowalski, and Williams on their win. I am honored to be working with such great individuals on this board, and all I can say is the voters have spoken, and I'm happy that you're going to be here for another 3 years.
Thank you.
Also, I would like to share the following activities since the weather is getting cold. On November 19th, we are partnering with the City of Plainfield to present a free screening of the film The Tragedy of Macbeth, starring Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand. In Union Township, the Model Railroad Club is opening its doors for a special open house and train show at the Paul Mallory Railroad Center in Lenape Park. And the first show begins on Friday, November 25th. It will be running for 3 weeks. The Trailside Nature and Science Center is also offering Reptiles in New Jersey, which is an educational program for ages 55 and older, so our seniors can visit, taking place in the auditorium at 11:30 a.m. on December 2nd. And if you're a golfer, the driving range at the Galloping Hill Golf Course in Kenilworth has 20 covered stalls that are also heated. You can have more details on any of these activities at our website, ucnj.org. I also want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and that's it for me tonight.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And ditto, congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Granados.
Thank you, Chair. Just want to congratulate my fellow running mates, County Surrogate Chris Hudak, Chair Rebecca Williams, Commissioner Betty Jane Kowalski, and all those who won across the county and across the country, but also those who ran for elected office. It takes a lot of guts sometimes to even run for elected office, so we give you kudos for that. The Board of County Commissioners would like to inform residents we have scheduled an emergency food distribution for the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. The food distribution will be held on Saturday, November 19th at 8 a.m. at King University. This is a drive-through distribution, and all those attending to receive food must arrive in a car. The first 2,500 people will receive a special holiday food box and produce with all the trimmings. The distribution will function on a first-come, first-served basis. The event will take place rain or shine. Those that attend should bring proof of residency, such as a utility bill, driver's license, or ID with your address on it. On behalf of the Commissioner Board, we'd like to once again thank our partners, Village Supermarkets and Gargiulio Foods, for their continued collaboration in helping our residents in need of food resources. For residents that need assistance with food insecurity, we ask you to visit the Community Food Bank website at www.cfbnj.org/find food. And also at our food distribution location, we're going to be doing vaccination within the King University NAT building for any residents who want to get vaccinated in preparation for the holiday season also. You can also contact the food bank by texting Find Food or Comida to 908-224-7776. Information will be provided in seconds. And just back to the elections also, I want to thank all the volunteers, supporters, residents who made your voice heard and who supported candidates across the country in those that you believe would be the best individuals for the job and elected office they were going for. So thank you very much, each one of you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Granados. Commissioner Palmieri Mudet.
Yes, I'm going to bank my time, Chair, until I have a voice next time.
Yes.
Okay. Already. Okay.
Commissioner Kowalski.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I also add my congratulations to my colleagues, you, Chair Williams, and Commissioner Granados, and Surrogate-elect Hudak, and congratulations to all who, not only who won in the election, but who ran. It does take dedication to run for office, and also thank everyone who participated by exercising their right to vote, because not everyone votes, but if you want to complain, I think it's a good idea to actually participate in the democratic process. So we hear a lot of, not just complaints. We hear compliments as well. But I really appreciate the people who participate. We have, in collaboration with local senators, mayors, and other stakeholders, we're exploring available funding opportunities to best address the impact on county roads from end to end, especially right now the Route 28 corridor, which goes from Plainfield across a number of municipalities in the county and ends in Elizabeth. So we're working with elected officials to address the current and projected congestion, mobility, and safety issues. So I think any of us who've been driving around the county lately know that it's pretty crowded. So for more information, you can contact our transportation planning manager for the county, Liza Betts, at ebetz, B-E-T-Z, at ucnj.org. And about the dispatch center, I asked about when it would be completed, but I just think everyone should be aware that our dispatch center is up and functioning very well. And in fact, I had reason to call 911 recently for a neighbor who was having chest pains, and the town where I live uses the county service, as most of our municipalities do. And I was still on the phone answering questions with dispatcher when the EMT techs arrived, and took very good care of my neighbor. So it's a well-functioning system, but having these renovations done is going to make it better. And really, we are saving money for all of the municipalities. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the technology to keep a dispatch center functioning, and for the county to do it instead of each of our 21 towns makes a lot of sense. It's just another one of the services that we offer to our residents, and that is an improvement to people's lives at a reduced cost, because if you look at the county budget, you'll notice that we've been keeping it flat for the last few years, and we will continue to do that as much as possible. So thank you, Chair.
You're very welcome. Commissioner Baker.
Thank you, thank you, Madam Chair. And I, too, want to congratulate my colleagues on their re-election to office. Commissioner Kowalski, Commissioner Rebecca Williams, and Commissioner Granados. And I do want to also congratulate our new county surrogate, Chris Hudak, upon his election to office. As it's been said, voting is a very fundamental right here in the United States, embedded in the Constitution. And I do want to thank all of those who did come out to exercise their franchise, and chastise those who didn't, because it's a shame that that you waste this opportunity, to exercise your right to voice your opinion and concerned about things. If you sit back and just let things happen, then you have no right to complain when they do. So, on another note, I am going to announce that that the County of Union is constantly working to promote the protection of our environment, and residents have an extensive recycling program that allows them to safely dispose of everything from hazardous waste to scrap metal. Now, as a follow-up to the statewide ban on plastic bags that took effect this past May, the Commissioner Board has launched a new drop-off plastic film recycling program. I hope I'm being heard, in partnership with participating municipalities. The new plastic film bag for recycling program is the first countywide plastic recycling effort to launch in New Jersey. Recycling Beyond the Bag. Okay, I guess that's the name of it. Recycling Beyond the Bag launched with an initial cohort of 12 municipalities that included Berkeley Heights, Fanwood, Cranford, Elizabeth, Hillside, New Providence, Roselle Park, Scotch Plains, Springfield, Summit, Westfield, and Union. This is one more way to conserve valuable resources and to diminish the plastic waste. We encourage everyone in the participating municipalities to participate. Residents can drop off flexible plastic film items such as produce bags, Ziploc bags, cereal box liners, newspaper sleeves, and a host of other such items. For a complete list of accepted items, as well as locations and scheduling, residents can visit ucnj.org/recycling/plastic film, or consult the free Recycling Coach app for mobile devices. And that concludes my comments, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Baker. Commissioner Mirabella.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. Tomorrow, the County of Union will recognize Veterans Day. Veterans Day, originally known as Armistice Day, is a federal holiday in the United States observed annually and honors military veterans of the United States Armed Forces. These men and women unselfishly place their lives on the line for our freedom. Ordinary people who are called to duty, leaving behind their families, friends, homes, and their lives, not to be forgotten, and will never be forgotten. They didn't do it for recognition or fame, but they did it for the sake of protecting our country. The Union County Board of County Commissioners is proud that tomorrow we will recognize all members of the armed forces that have served our nation selflessly while defending our freedom and our country. We thank all members of the United States Armed Forces for their service and their dedication. They are the front line that guarantees our nation and our freedom. Please join one of the many observances and ceremonies around our county. I believe almost every town will be having a service. I want to take a minute to congratulate my colleagues. I predicted their victory several months ago, and it came out all right. And I'm really proud of our new surrogate, Chris Hudak, our re-elected commissioners, Williams, Kowalski, and Granados, and they won by over 30,000 votes. I mean, you think of that, that's an overwhelming mandate for the work that they've done, for the ideas that they have, for the way that they govern this county. I'm just proud to sit amongst them. Chris, we'll miss you here on this dais, but I know you'll do a great job as our surrogate across the street, and I'm sure we'll see you on a fairly regular basis anyway. But I'm really just so happy that the election turned out the way it did and that the electorate recognized your efforts. I want to thank all people who ran and won and those who even lost. It was mentioned before a few times. It takes a lot of courage to put your name on the ballot and have people evaluate whether you can do a good job or not a good job. And people that on both sides of the aisle who put themselves up, I'm proud of that effort, and I'm glad that they put themselves up there. I want to just add a little bit to what Commissioner Kowalski said about our dispatch center, and she eloquently described in very good detail why it's important and why we do that, and that's why it's almost that the public and speakers in particular need to do more homework before they make outrageous comments speaking against the program or a service. It doesn't do anybody any good to spread this falsehoods and misinformation. And I, for one, have seen the benefit, and it's one of the best shared services that we offer. The county is a shared dispatch center. Anybody who's aware, does any amount of research or homework on the topic, will know that it costs thousands and thousands of dollars, not only for the personnel cost and the fringe benefits that go with that, but also the equipment and the software costs that are a big part of it. And I would suggest to the public and people that are paying attention, legitimately paying attention, that this program and the expansion thereof saves millions of dollars to the taxpayers and to the municipalities that sign up for this. I know the fire department, almost all fire departments are connected, and rescue squads, and police departments are coming on board more and more, and we'll have more opportunity to take more of them on. It's exactly what we should be doing as a county, is providing shared services like this to lower the municipal cost and provide an excellent service. Didn't go into much detail about the quality of the service, but the dispatchers go through a very rigorous training program. They're accredited nationally, and the service they provide is second to none in our region, in our state. And it's really up to each municipality to take a long look at whether it makes sense for their municipality to participate, but there's a significant cost savings for joining with the dispatch center, and many municipalities have recognized that. So I'm very proud of the work that's been done over there by the dispatchers, by the leadership there. The investment in the infrastructure there is only a savings for our towns. And that's how I look at it, and it's worth every penny to improve that location, to expand it, and to provide more opportunity for people to take advantage of that service. So I hope the public will be more, at least one member of the public will be more interested in getting the facts before they make some commentary on just looking at a piece of paper and spouting out whatever comes to mind. It's really a derelict of their civic duty. And with that, Madam Clerk, we'll conclude my comments.
Thank you so much. Let's see. Vice Chair Hudak.
Thank you, Chair. And I too agree that the dispatch is a fantastic program. And I remember when we just rolled that out, I think it was one community that took the leap on it. And I think now we're up to 13 municipalities and 30 agencies, I think 35 agencies throughout the county that are participating, utilizing that service. And it's just one of the great shared services that we have. Another one is our EMS service. And I think it's important when we talk about these shared services to call to attention that we took a significant step with countywide EMS this past week. For those who may remember, in 2011, we established Union County EMS. There was an overwhelming need for that municipal service. And at that time, the program consisted of 2 ambulances and 13 part-time EMTs headquartered in the Public Safety Building in Westfield. We began using the old Roselle Park EMS building a few years back as a satellite location, and last week we acquired that building. The need for EMS service in our community continues to grow, and we're still growing. As I said, we started with 2 ambulances and 13 part-time EMTs. We now have 60 EMTs responding to calls in all 21 municipalities. So we purchased the Laurel Avenue building in order to create a permanent base of operations that will enhance our service to Roselle Park, the surrounding area, and countywide. And thanks to the mayor, Joe Signorello, who's been supporting this effort, and to the many municipal leaders who are supporting this effort. So, these public safety services are so important. When talking to our municipal leaders, when we step up our game in any service level, it really does equate to a savings at the municipal level, and that tax break can be felt at all levels. And just some of the things that were thrown out on the agenda, about we talk about priorities, and I heard about Runnels Hospital. We are still, the county is still responsible for those mental health services, and we're reimbursed for most of the costs that are there. I heard some chirping at paratransit, a service that, by the way, almost went away 10 years ago, but this board stood up and funded it. So I think we're pretty good at doing the cost-benefit analysis, and I don't see EMS or dispatch or paratransit as black holes, and I know this board doesn't, and that makes me happy as I leave it to know that there are commissioners who feel similar in that regard. There was an election on Tuesday, and so I congratulate my running mates, Chair Williams, Commissioner Granados, and Commissioner Kowalski for their campaigns, and I do look forward to the opportunity to work on the other side of the dais as the surrogate and partner with you as the other constitutional officers do. I actually had the pleasure of attending an event, as the surrogate-elect today, at the Adoption Day ceremony at the Cherry Street Courthouse that was presided over by Judge Roberts, and I really look forward to the work of the surrogate's office. So my congratulations to you, colleagues. My congratulations to all who ran and won, and those who just decided to participate, because this whole thing only works if we have people who participate. And credit to our county clerk and the Board of Elections for a well-organized election. And I saw those expenditures today, and many of which, by the way, are mandated by statute. Union County elections were run very well and very efficiently, and I visited many polling locations on Tuesday. Early voting was a tremendous success. Vote by mail is a tremendous success, and I disagree with any suggestion that we should spend less money on helping citizens participate in democratic processes. Thank you, Chair.
You are very welcome. I would like to actually call upon County Council for a couple of things.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate the opportunity to congratulate Commissioner Kowalski, Commissioner Granados, and you, Chair, for being re-elected this past Tuesday. Also want to congratulate Commissioner Hudak. I believe he has the intellect and the disposition for the position of surrogate. Having known his two predecessors, Jim LaCourte and Ann Conti, I think he will be the third in a line of very well-respected surrogates. Congratulations. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. County Manager.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to echo the comments and congratulate you, Commissioner Kowalski, and Granados on your re-election, and also like to congratulate my friend Chris Hudak as the surrogate-elect. You're going to do a great job, and you'll be missed up here.
Thank you. I want to also, well, good evening, everyone, once again. And I, too, would like to congratulate. I'm not even going to say their names again, because I'd like to congratulate everyone, and, of course, everyone who participated. But, public service is not easy. And running for a seat, any seat, is not easy. You really do have to put yourself out there. And so I thank all those who ran for school boards, who ran for committees, councils, and so forth, because it really is a pleasure to serve and a pleasure to be reelected. So thank you all. And we have good things in store. I do want to thank Karnak the Magnificent for his prediction, because he was right. We won, and he predicted it months ago. So congratulations to you all, and I look forward to continuing to serve you. There are just a couple of things I wanted to mention that are upcoming, and these are performances that are geared toward children with autism and other sensory sensitivities. This Sunday, November 13th, at 1 o'clock, Jeff Boyer's Productions will present Bubble Trouble at the Union County Performing Arts Center on Irving Street, 1601 Irving Street in Rahway. If you have not seen Bubble Trouble or have not brought children there, I really would encourage you, especially to bring those children with sensory sensitivities and autism. It's an amazing show, and the kids get a lot out of it. Also at UC PAC, on Wednesday, November 30th at 6 p.m., there will be a New Jersey ballet performance of, what else? The Nutcracker. And I had the pleasure of attending one of those performances in the past, and it's the same performance. It's really good, and kids enjoy it and so forth. Tickets for these events cost $8, and if you want to purchase tickets. You can visit the website ucpac.org during box office hours. The box office is open Tuesdays through Fridays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., or you can call 732-499-8226. Call that number during box office hours if you'd like to purchase tickets. And then something that Commissioner Leon brought up, we usually have an event in the summer called Shakespeare in the Park at Cedarbrook Park in Plainfield, right near the Shakespeare Garden, which is one of the oldest Shakespeare gardens in the nation. So, of course, because of COVID, the New Jersey Shakespeare Company out of Drew University, they were not able to, put together a performance. So we decided that if they couldn't have Shakespeare Live, the next best thing would be to show a film. So again, we're showing the tragedy of Macbeth. It's an amazing film, very haunting, spectacular, beautifully done. It's in black and white with Frances McDormand and Denzel Washington. And again, that's Saturday, November 19th, a week from this Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Plainfield Performing Arts Center, 724 Park Avenue. I just wanted to give a little extra plug. Thank you, Commissioner Leon. And I think that's everybody, and that's everything. So again, everyone, have a lovely night. Thank you for participating in our election. It cannot be denied. Have a good night. And I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Mirabella, seconded by Commissioner Kowalski. All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.